Alright, let me get started with this. Cloak and Dagger, I think it's an A. They're healing. They have a lot of healing abilities. They have the right click. Their left click is AoE healing. It's not like burst healing, which is their ultimate is also like burst healing. That's actually really good. The only problem with her ultimate is that it's not like a mobile healing. If you do stack like they're like void things together, it can give you, I think it was 660 healing per second, which is huge. But that's the only problem is that you can't move, and I don't really know how it lasts, how long it lasts. Let me just check. We have Cloak and Dagger. Where is Cloak and Dagger? Right there. Let's see that. It lasts for 5 seconds, so it's a really short cooldown. I think it's even lesser than Mantis. Mantis should have what, 8 seconds, I think? Yes, 8 seconds. So it's really low. Wow, I didn't know it was that short for Cloak and Dagger. Jeez. Yeah, I used to put, I think if you saw one of my previous streams, I put Cloak and Dagger on S, but I think it's more of an A. I'll just sort out by supports first. Who's the next one here? Okay, I guess we might as well. Mantis, I think S. Mantis has pretty much everything. The damage boost is pretty good. Let me just confirm how much damage boost she can give. 12%. That's pretty good for like just like a life orb. I think it's an S. She has CC. She has a good ultimate that heals. How much? How much per second? 150. 150 per tick, I think. And it gives bonus health. Okay. Yeah, I think she's great. Her duration is pretty good. 8 seconds. The fact that she can damage people while in her ult is also really good. She just has a lot of damage. I mean, like 50 per round is pretty damn good. And she can generate life orbs from them. Easily, I think she is one of the best supports next to the one and only Luna Snow. Luna Snow is insanely good. Her healing is so insane. If you have a Luna Snow on your team and they somehow don't have the most healing than the other support, your Luna Snow is throwing, because Luna Snow has so much heals. It's insane. Her guard is good for extra healing. I think what, 30%? Where is Luna? There she is. 30% if I'm not wrong. 35%. Yeah, so they provide healing. Her shift gives her so much more healing. Well, how much is the healing? Do they say? Oh, here, 20 per round, total of 60. And then the shift bumps it to 75. Really good. Also, infinite ammo if I'm not wrong. I think a lot of what people get wrong with Luna Snow is that people used her shift to DPS, and you shouldn't be using your shift to DPS, because your shift gives you lesser DPS, because your left click can hit headshots, can hit crits, but your shift actually cannot hit crits. So you're actually doing lesser damage. See, this is 50 per round, and this is 60. So you're doing lesser damage, and this is like without crit. So, but yeah, her ult is good. freaking insane. 40% damage boost, and if you do the scroll wheel tech, you heal more and you can damage boost your enemies at the same time. So, god tier. She is quite easily one of the best supports, I think. She gets banned a lot though in high rank play. We have Rocket. Rocket, I'd put him in. Where would Rocket stand? I think Rocket. I'll put him in the C tier. If you don't have a Punisher or Winter Soldier on your team, he is on C tier. If you do, maybe he would get bumped up to like a B. And if you're playing on a map that is like small rooms, narrow hallways, or basically places where the healing ball can bounce a lot, then I'd say he's an A. But his maximum would be on most maps. I'd say on Hell's Heaven he is pretty good. Just in the Hydra base specific maps, because those are like mostly indoors, I say that's where he performs really good. But other than that, he doesn't really perform, because his healing is by far one of the least amounts. He is very good at countering dive because of his dash, and his main utility, it's why I'm considering putting him in B instead of C, is because his main utility is the revive beacon. If he didn't have that, if he couldn't give armor, honestly people ignore the armor, but his main kit is the revive. But I think C is a pretty comfortable spot for him. He could definitely use a healing buff, but yeah. Rocket can really dish out a lot of damage up close, but you know, C tier. Next we have Loki. I think Loki fits well into B. I think he is a somewhat situational character in my opinion. It's kind of hard to make Loki work sometimes, especially if they're targeting your clones. But there is like a specific spot in Tokyo 2099. Which map was it? Oh, okay. It was the payload map where you have to capture the start. I'll add some footage of me doing that. But basically, it's like that high ground spot. And not a lot of people can really hit you. And before they see you, you can see them. And you can dish out so much burst damage with you and your 2 other clones up there. It's actually insane. And you can also provide lots of burst healing. And you can always just retreat and come back whenever it's clear. Yeah, I think it's great. Some Loki players are really good, but overall I think Loki is a pretty good B tier. His burst healing is good. Okay, let me just get on. This shift is insane, by the way. It really blocks a lot of burst ultimates from like Iron Man or who else does it? Oh, and Psylocke. It makes him completely immune to Psylocke's ultimate. It's actually insane. So B, probably an A, but I think B. I think this wraps up the last support, and that's Adam Warlock. I think I'm putting him in B also. I think if you're picking a third support, Adam Warlock is a great pick. Yeah. So let's say if you have Luna Mantis and you have an Adam Warlock, it's a fantastic. Solely because Adam Warlock is pretty much like a half healer, half DPS kind of guy. His heals are on cooldowns. His shift is really good for, you know, like spreading damage out. Overall, there's nothing really much to say. The only problem I have with Adam Warlock is that he has 0 movement whatsoever, right? 0 movement, and that makes him super vulnerable because he has no survivability at all. So I think that wraps up. Oh no, that's Jeff. Jeff, I forgot about you, Jeff. I'm sorry. Jeff, I think, is C tier. I'll be honest. I know lots of people might hate me for it, but I think Jeff is just a C tier. I've died a lot to Jeffs, don't get me wrong. I think Jeff is like a pretty viable character still, but I'm just gonna say, his healing just isn't doing it. He only has two healing types, and that's like the really big problem I have, is that he only has two healing types and they don't even heal that much. He has the spray, his normal healing, which is okay. How much healing per second? Let's see. Where's Jeff? Where is he? There he is. This 140 a second, which is great, right? But he uses so many rounds per second. He has to reload so much, and it's just like, in my opinion, it just isn't that good. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest and say it's just not that good. And his bubbles, by the way, not unless you communicate with your team and tell them where your bubbles are, half the time they're just gonna walk into it when they're full health, and they're not gonna receive and there's no point, you know. Do they even? I think you do heal from the bubbles a little bit. Do they? Wait, let me confirm this. Oh yeah, you do. 85. Yeah, but you see, it's like just these two that are healing, and his shift takes you out the fight. You know, like a lot of it are very selfish abilities. Like this is healing, this takes you out the fight. And this is what I want to get to next, is if you are going, okay, the only time I see value for Jeff is if you swallow more than 2 people. If you swallow only 2 people, mind you, you are taking yourself out the fight. So you have turned a 6v6 into a 4v5, which is still advantageous depending on who you take. If you take 2 of their supports, then that's great. But if you take, let's say, 1 DPS, 1 tank, mind you, they still have 2 supports on your team, on the other team, and your team is down 1 support. I just want to say that because, like, Jeff sometimes thinks that they get value, but they don't. And he's just like kind of squishy and it's kind of weak, right? He doesn't really have a lot of, like, even his self-heal is very, like, selfish. He doesn't, you know, like, he doesn't provide any sort of utility while healing himself. Let's say Adam Warlock, at least his E can, like, his E at least heals himself and then it can bounce to another person. Mantis, when she uses Life Orb, she heals. Luna Snow, when she uses her shift ability, she heals herself while also being able to still actively heal other people. Loki at least has the shift for himself while he can still heal other people. So you notice, like, these, it's like, while the other supports or have self-healing abilities, they don't actively inhibit themselves while they heal themselves, right? Jeff, when he goes underground, he can't heal anyone while healing himself. He can't heal anyone. Most maybe is the healing bubble, and that's about it. Okay, but don't let this sway you. On maps like Odin's Archive or the Throne Room, Jeff is really good in, because there's like easy accessible ledges. But on other maps where, if I see a Jeff on fucking Clintar, I'm going to lose my mind, because I don't get why Jeff, like, I don't get it. There's no place for you to spit. That's his, like, ultimate. His ultimate is useless in, like, places where you can't spit, like Clintar. I still see Jeffs on Clintar and they don't perform because they have no place to spit them out at. It's just like a really big problem I have with Jeffs. He's a very situational character. Again, he is like on the same tier as Rocket Raccoon. Definitely lower. I think I'm regarding Jeff to be one of the worst supports, because even his team up with Groot and Luna Snow isn't really that much beneficial to Jeff as a whole. So yeah, I'm sorry, Jeff. Like, I think his kid is just way too, like, selfish. Like, yeah. Yeah, see, I mean, it's just not that, it's just not that good. Sorry, Jeff. Okay, but before I skip on over, on maps like where I did say Throne Room and Odin's Archive, I think he could be like a B or an A because he can easily take people off the map. So, done. Okay, so that should wrap up all the supports. Go and check out the next one. We're gonna be moving over to tanks, cause I guess, you know, I mean, we'll save the DPS cause there's the most DPS later on. Venom is just really tanky. I don't really see Venom doing much damage, I'm gonna be honest. I think it's just very tanky. B, I guess. And he's just an alright tank. If we do pair him up with a Spider-Man and a Penny Parker, I guess you could put A, but I think without it, I think it's a B. Thor, A. Thor has a lot of survivability. Thor has a lot of, like, he has a bunch of damage with his what do you call it? The F skill? What the hell is that? The F skill. F skill. This one. Here. Yeah. He also heals a lot. Also, wait, I also kind of wanna. Does it damage? Oh, it does. For each enemy within the spell area, 1 point of Thor force is restored. Oh, okay, I see. That's cool. Yeah, I think he's a pretty good A. Venom, I don't know much about Venom because I don't see a lot of Venom players. The only combo I know for Venom is the ultimate going into the right click, I think. Yeah. So this damages, and then you use your Q, and then while you're underneath, you hit them with the right click, and then you jump up, and then you eat them. Yeah. He's just really tanky, and he just runs away. Thor A. His ult is okay. His ult can do a lot of damage if people are not expecting it. But not really much else to say about Thor. Penny Parker B. Penny Parker just feels so vulnerable because she has no protection whatsoever. So you have, like, let's say people like Groot, which have like a wall. You have Thor, which when he uses Thor Force, he gets health. We have Venom, when he can press E to get extra health. You have Hulk, which has the gamma shield. Even though it's not much, but it's still a shield. You know what I mean? The Penny Parker doesn't have any of that. She has, if she stands on her web, she gains bonus health, which is very little. Like, I mean, the overall result is huge, but the amount of health that she, like, gains is very little per second. It's just not much. It's I guess I might as well fact check myself. Where is it? Does she have the, is it like a passive or something? I don't think it mentions it. Oh, here. 25 healing per second. That's like pretty low. So yeah, B. She's a good anti-dive, don't get me wrong. If you're playing against like Spider-Man, Black Panther, Captain America, Wolverine, Iron Fist, then yeah, she's a really good counter. But that's about it. That's about the extent of her power. Yeah, she doesn't really get too strong. There is a bunch of like ways you can make her work, but yeah, B. Hulk right now. Okay. Hulk with Doctor Strange and Iron Man. like A, and then he makes Doctor Strange and Iron Man S. But I think as if you want him as a solo character, I have a friend who's a Hulk main, and he's pretty damn good at Hulk. But I think he's like a B also. I don't think there's really much like bad tanks, but I think I put him in the B. I think, yeah, he's a pretty decent tank. He goes immune when he's transforming. I don't know. When you jump into dive, it just feels like you're doing like teddy bear damage. Like you feel like you're just like, it feels like you're hitting them with like a teddy bear. You know, it feels like you don't do much damage. But Hulk does like, it's more like a disruptor. It's kind of like Captain America, you know. But yeah, with the team up, he does get banned a lot to prevent the team up with Doctor Strange and Iron Man, which kind of sucks, but you know, that's the meta. Doctor Strange, yes. I think Doctor Strange is easily one of the best tanks in the game. He's just goated, bro. He's just insane. You do the left click melee, boom, and you just expire them to the next round. I think he's great. I think he's a really good tank. His ult is good. He can portal, which is good. Yeah. There's not really much bad things for me to say about Doctor Strange. Cap. I think Cap could be like a B, but I think I'm putting him in a C. Because some people just don't really know how to play him. They kind of just go in and think that they can do like a 1v6, be like, I can do this all day. They pop their ult and then they expire. I've seen a few videos making Captain America, like of some people maining him. I think one was the name of Japanese Curry or something. He's pretty good, but I think in a general audience kind of sense, I think Captain America is a C. And yeah, I mean, there's not really much else for me to say. If you're pairing up with Thor, I'd say maybe he goes up to a B, but yeah, I think I think what they need to do with Captain America is remove the damn cooldown on raising his shield. I don't understand why Captain America needs to have a 1 second cooldown when he puts up his shield and then he puts it down. I don't know why there needs to be a 1 second cooldown. Right? I think it's dumb. If Doctor Strange can do it instantly, why can't Cap? Alright. Magneto. A. I think Magneto is a really good tank. If you're playing against a Punisher, it's a really good idea to go Mag. Because when Punisher ults, he fires a lot of bullets. So you go ult as Magneto, you absorb all of Punisher's bullets, and you just dish it back at him. And you can pretty much one-shot the Punisher. So you like ult trade. Actually no, you kind of benefit because you trade ults and you kill him. At around 70% charge on your ultimate, you can one-shot, I think, an ulting Luna Snow, which is a pretty good heads up for people that main Magneto. Other than that, his shield I think is indestructible, right? It has to be. I feel like I don't get destroyed. Yeah, it is. It is. This has a health, yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I think Magneto's A. With Scarlet Witch, he gets put up to an S, but oh no, he gets put up to a high A. High A, low S, I guess. And then, yeah. Groot. I don't see a bunch of Groot players either, and when I do, it's when I'm playing Iron Man and I can easily farm Groot. Groot for alt energy. Mm, B. I'm not really too sure because I don't see too many Groot players. I know there's the thing right now with Groot where you put your Thorn Lash ball on like a doorway, and then like when they walk through, you hit them, and then they just evaporate, which is pretty funny to see. And his Ironwood ball, when used right, can block so many characters out of a fight. But I like to use it as for the passive, the bonus health. It's nice. It's nice. I think he's a pretty comfortable B. I don't really see too many Groot players for me to make a definitive judgment. And when I do, it's like, you know, I mean, Groot's there. Groot's hitting people. I do get killed by Groot quite a fair bit. His ult is pretty good. The prison is really nice. But yeah, I mean, not really much else for me to say about Groot, because I don't really see much Groots performing like you know, they're kind of like they're like Venom to me, right? You know, I see a bunch of Venom, I see a bunch of Groots, but it's like nothing that really stands out from the both of them that makes me want to rank them higher. Moving on to the DPS, the duelists of this game. Wolverine, B, right? I think I said it earlier before I decided to do supports first. But there are some good Wolverines like Team Captain out there completely dominating the battlefield as Wolverine. But I think in my kind of lobbies, I'm like mid GM, GM2 as of right now. I could be D ranking, I could be ranking up. But yeah, Wolverine I think is a pretty okay. Like I think he can work with against certain tanks, but you know, I think a lot of my Wolverine teammates do end up going like 7 and 15. A lot of my Wolverine teammates do die a lot, including myself. I'm not any special. It is fun when you get to one of those moments where you do like where you get to drag someone off the map with you. That shit is fun. Punisher, I think it's an A. Great hit scan, annoying turret. I think that's about it. His kit is basic, but it's good. It's like a Namor, and it's just about as good. He's pretty annoying. I'll put him in A. I'll put him in A for now. I'll think if I want to bump it up or not. Storm. Oh wait, I haven't even talked about his ultimate. His ultimate is great. I think it shreds a lot of tanks. Like especially the no shield tanks. He definitely shreds a lot. Just watch out for Magneto. Storm D. I have another account. I have Smurf where I use Storm. Storm's great. Storm's a great character. You don't see a lot of her. Actually, you don't see any of her. If you do have the time, they're trolling. But I do genuinely try to make Storm work. Because she has potential. She has a little bit of potential. Weirdly enough, she is really good at countering Iron Fist, Spider-Man, which is your usual counters for an Iron Man. But Storm counters them pretty well because she has the lightning. The lightning storm thingy. Where is that? She has this, the thunder, which is really good damage. I guess pretty good damage. How much there? 35. It is pretty annoying and it's great. I like it. But yeah, I haven't tried her out in high rank play, but she is unfortunate. I'll put her in D. When I get more practice right now, I'd say my potential right now it's like a C. but just for the sake of the general audience, D tier. Her ult is very good for baiting out Luna Snow or Mantis ults, right? It's great to force it out of them. You damage them. If they don't pop it, they die. If they do pop it, you just like run away as you're activating your ult. You just run away, run back to your team, and then you just wait for them to waste their ultimate. Yeah. Star-Lord A. Star-Lord's great. There's the new tech that came out where you can do an animation cancel with Star-Lord's ultimate. Overall, he's really good. He's annoying. I think he does have a pretty high skill ceiling because you have to know the movement. But yeah, I think he's a pretty good character. His dodges are great. His iframes, them dodge from a lot of, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Groot. Just really annoying. Squirrel Girl. I'm debating on putting her into A, but I think I'll put her in B. No, I think I'll put her in A. No. She has a lot of CC. Because she has the right click for the stun, and then you can press your E, and then you can get your right click back for another stun. And if you pair up with Spider-Man, she gets another stun. I'll put an A. Put an A. I think she's great. Yeah, she just does a lot of damage. She's really good for like against Penny Parker or Groot because she does a lot of burst damage, and it's AoE. So Penny Parkers usually hide their mines behind the wall. So if you have the AoE, right, you can just damage it. So that's why I'm putting her in A. Spider-Man, I think would be A or B. Put in B. He gets countered by people like Namor. I think as soon as you have like a Spider-Man on the enemy team, just have someone swap over to Namor, and that Spider-Man will just be like, at least he'll be retreating more often. He can probably still dive, and he has the combo to like one-shot someone, but if you do have a Namor, it reduces that by like 60%, right? So I'm putting in B. His ult's great. Yeah, he just moves around, it's annoying. With Venom, I'd say maybe he goes to A because he has a lot of armor in that team up. But it's a really long cooldown. I think I just put in F. Scarlet Witch is an F. She does so little damage. The only time I'd say Scarlet Witch could be like a C or a D is when you have a Magneto on your team. Even so, her ult, way too easy to die in. If you have no shields, no supports, you're gonna get shredded. You're gonna die. I'd say the only good part about Scarlet Witch is her E. Is it the E or is it the shift? I don't remember. I think it's the E. It was the stun. It's the stun. Yeah, it's the E. So this is it's a really good stun. It's a really annoying stun. And that's about it. That's the extent of it. Her left click is tickling someone. The only reason why you see a Scarlet Witch on the enemy team with like that goes like 25 and 4 is because they just tickle you and then they just get like the credit for the kill. Psylocke is A. I think Psylocke's a really good DPS. I don't see a lot of Psylocks. Like I don't play much Psylocke, so I can't tell you from my own experience. But man, is her ultimate annoying. It's great. She goes invis, she dashes into you. Watch me soar! And then, just cuts you up. Namor. A. Again, really good counter for like Spider-Man or Dive. Really good counter. Love him. Really simple kit also. Right? He only has like left click, right click, 2 different trident attacks. And then he has the turret and then an invincibility, and that's it. That's like his kit. Super simple, super easy to get the hang of. It's like a more like aim your shots kind of hero. Yeah. A. Moon Knight, I think B. It's really satisfying if you're in a choke point and you toss like a Moon Knight thing and you just hear the sounds like of your attacks like bouncing between the people. It is so satisfying. Normally someone like Doctor Strange could counter him pretty well. So, you know, normally Moon Knight will put down an Ankh, and then I just normally step in front of the Ankh and I'll just block his attacks and I'll just tell someone to destroy it. So yeah, it's kind of a B. His ult's pretty okay if you have like a choke point. I don't know, other than that, yeah. I mean, his ult's pretty small radius though, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, Moon Knight's a B. I think maybe he could be... I might start changing some of these rankings. Should I? No, okay, I'll continue with this. Alright, Magic. I think also a B. Man, I'm putting a lot of B tier. Is that normal? Is this normal? I guess so. I'm gonna continue with this. I'm just gonna come in here with full chest. Magic is a B. I think I see a lot of magics. I see a lot of magics in my games actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I see a lot. She's a great hero, I think. The only reason is, the only counter is like someone that flies, but even then she's still pretty good. Yeah, there's like a one-shot combo on squishies, I think, on Magic. So, not much else for me to say. I used to like somewhat play Magic, but I can't really get the hang of the melee heroes. Iron Man, my personal favorite. I have so many clips as Iron Man. I will want to put him in an A. Oh, I want to put him in S. But I know I can't. A. Gotta be an A. For me, with Hulk... Okay, with Hulk he goes up to S. With Hulk he goes up to S. With Hulk, Doctor Strange goes up to S+. Actually, no, he stays on S now. He stays on S. With Hulk, Iron Man, S. So good. That, I know it doesn't seem much, but that overdrive, I think, jumps his damage from 180 to 220. But oh my god, that extra... Excuse me, can I get that? Okay. Yes, 180 to 220. It is so good. It is so good. You shred so many people with this, and you get your ult back super fast, to the point where like solo ulting someone is fine. As long as you get one kill with this, it's great. It is great. How much damage does it do? Oh, 1000. Yeah, but it's fantastic. Great ultimate. Maximum pulse. It's great. It's good for saving. It's good to save it for Luna Snow. It's good to save it for Jeff. It's good to save it for Mantis. You know, any person that like is particularly threatening to your team. Yeah, nuke that. Nuke that fucker. Hella S. Do I even have to say? Do I even have to explain? Hawkeye S. Again, I don't really think I have to explain these. Black Panther A. If there's a good Black Panther on your team or on the enemy team, if there's a good one, S. But generally most of the ones I meet are just A. Winter Soldier, I'd put him in S. We're doing a blitz run right now because I don't really know much about these characters. Yeah, but Winter Soldier S when he goes... When your team is stupid enough to go into a Winter Soldier ult and then he just goes again, 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 again. Yeah, he's an S. If not, maybe an A. But with Rocket Raccoon, he is super good because he only has 3 bullets. With the Rocket Raccoon, is infinite. So that's great. Iron Fist, I think I'll put him in C, and I think, yeah, Iron Fist is a C. Not a lot of good Iron Fist players. I'm gonna be honest. Like Iron Fist is kind of like a mid character, and when I do see him, it's usually when I'm Iron Man and I'm just screaming for my life for my team to save me when I just see this guy chasing me. And that's like the most threatening I feel. Other than that, not much. Widow, see. I don't even see a Widow player in GM. Don't even. Yeah, I don't. Zero at all. She's so easy to kill too. Feels like she doesn't have much, like, I don't know, it just feels, yeah, she just feels weak. Hawkeye is just way more superior than Widow. Should I even put her in C? If I'm putting in D. They're good Widow players, but all I'm saying is like, it's just like not, it's just not that good, you know? Like compared to the other people's like damage and utility, Widow, Black Widows just doesn't feel that good. I think this is it. I think this is my definitive tier list. Right? This looks pretty good.